I'm getting sick of you, yellow girl. I said, look, man, I just like ladies. Please stop dragging these people around as though it's going to have some effect. You know, let's look at some old pictures. You know, look at the old pictures. The old pictures are just standard Negro girls. All of my home girls, they range, but they Negroes. But you can't mention nothing that they study or they try to figure out this is what the nigga like. Well, so does all the other niggas too. The standard of beauty, right? The standard of beauty is the standard of beauty. All niggas have 98% the exact standard of beauty, right? Tell the truth. If we say, hey, that girl, you said, yes. Now every now and then you see one that don't nobody else like you, and she turned you on. That's your special thing. But 98% of the standards of beauty is the same. That's what we grew up with. They taught us that. We was taught that. This is a cutie pie. Ooh. And so pretty soon, you got your standard of beauty before you still riding bicycles. And you know, that's a tender that. Ooh, that girl is ugly. That's what they taught you. When you get grown, like we are, then there's other aspects. Maturity, psychological makeup. There's a lot of stuff kicks in then. But when you're young, your standard of beauty is the same, almost straight across the board. Right? That's the way it goes. And all these people, they can make you sick. They gonna roll in. I think I showed y'all some pictures. This is a half Indian, half white woman. Okay, fine. It's a nice lady, it's okay. But I'm not gonna break no deal. In order to be with a lady, you got to get married. It's a lot of stuff, man. You got into my house. And I always label her, why are you not married? I said, because if I get married, I said, every marriage is a house. I said, I mean a masjid. I can open a masjid. I will open a masjid. You know what I mean? They didn't know, just because they didn't think like that, that's the way I thought. Because God, when you big time Negro, after you didn't get so many girls, you find out girls basically the same. Right? What are you talking about? If you close your eyes, you don't know the difference. Right? So why go through all of that, and personally, them super tender cutie pies, I don't even like them. You know why? Because they're crazy. Most of them are crazy. They're crazy as Betsy Lord. The most beautiful women are the craziest because they done told them, and I said, just relax, girl, you all right? You don't have to be special because they told you you're a special green-eyed cutie pie, therefore I said, you're a damn fool. I'm not gonna mess with you because you're crazy and I'd be trying to fix you. I'm not gonna fix none of them girls is crazy. They just, not all of them, but a lot of them. You know, so I like about a 75% tender, you know what I mean? Pleasant to look at, not a perfect body, but to the rest of it, they don't know the most part you do in your own dumb brain. The stupid niggas, some of them stupid. I say, you fix your brain, you take care of everything, you know. Anyway, that's what getting old, you know, and to me, the older the better. The more birthdays I get, which is coming up soon, next month, the better I feel. So anyway, Asaba, we have done our work in each stage of the game. I'm going to close by saying this. Asaba is going into, this is a big phase. This is the big management, this is the big phase. This is the homeless shelters, this is the websites, medias, movies. This is the phase we're on, you know, a few years into this, we'll be doing all of that. And just to tell you the truth, that's why I keep extending my vacation. I said, man, once I get started, that's all over. No more vacation. So I find a way, you know, when you do time, you can find a way to make time go by. That's when people get all bored. You can fiddle away time. When you're in the pen and you look up, it's time to go to bed. And you ain't did nothing but fiddle away time. You can do that. You know, once you get used to doing time. The other thing, not only carrying the flag for Negroes, but this tafweed and regular stuff and religious stuff is going to carry a whole lot of weight. It always has. But this is a weightier spiritual jihad type period, you know, and no la tatrabu. Yep. La tatrabu. So, and the clothes, that's what they asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he conquered Medina, Mecca. What are you going to do with us, Rasulullah? He said, I say the same thing to you that Joseph said to his brothers. La tatrabu. No reproach this day. We got too much work to do, basically. So, are there any questions, any comments? If not,
somebody asked, do you feel the need for a caliph?
A caliph?
Yeah.
In America?
Well,
or in the world?
I guess in general for the Muslims, since those, this is his quote, since those fake Muslims in Saudi and those punk Americans got together and got rid of the last one in 24.
In 1924.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of, it was the, they got rid of, yeah, that's what it was, in 1924. Okay, I don't want to hurt any of your feelings, but you remember I talked some weeks ago about a Velayati Faqih support network. I may do that, I may not need to do that, but Velayati Faqih, to me, in my understanding, and the actions of the Rahbar is the same as a caliph. But this would be, I believe that, of course, according to the Hadith and the Quran, according to the Hadith, Sahih Muslim, those that die without allegiance die on a branch of hypocrisy. They die like they did, if they die without attachment, they die in the days of Jahiliyyah. So, a caliph or a leadership, for instance, like right here in America, the caliphate or responsibility of the Muslim leader grows with their ability. For instance, we always talked about Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui's position on the Muslim Majlis Ashura Islamiyya Free Britannica. That is the Muslim Parliament of Great Britain. That concept is based on leadership, but it's based on non-territorial government. The Muslims should govern themselves, right? Even though they don't control a territory. So for us, it's evolutionary. When we are by ourselves, we pray, we do what we can. When we get married, it goes to our family. If we come to the masjid and we have a lot of people praying and you're doing more, the membership grows and your authority grows. Pretty soon we're aligned with other Muslims, so we have to choose some type of leadership structure. The more we get organized, the stronger we get, the bigger we get, the more the demand. And then there comes a time in this evolutionary process that you can call that person a Khalifa. Because the need is there, the people are there, right? They have to be guided. The Muslim community is not a wonderless mob. Leadership is a very strong point in Islam. So, I think the Rahbar in Iran serves as the technical, they don't call it Caliphate, they call it Walayat Faqih, Wilaya. It has the same understanding as a Khalifa. So I think the Rahbar, and I look at what he says and what he do, is technically the Caliph of our time, or the Caliph type. Okay, this is voluntary association. This is my personal. This doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. This is my personal attachment. It's not like I call and say, Chief, what you want me to do? If you need anything, just give me that type. It's not like that. It's like an ideological attachment. And I think that Imam Khomeini, which was the first Wilaya, did a great job. And I think this one is doing technically just between you and I. The Rahbar is on the road. He's had the job a long time. He had to earn his stripes. When he became the Wilaya, he was a younger person, and he didn't have the religious credentials. He was Hujjatul Islam, not Ayatollah. This is a long answer, so I'm not going to give it. Sunnis have their basic hang-ups about leadership, and so do Shias. Shias have a type of leadership as marjiyat. Marja. We follow Imam Malik, Imam Ahmed, Hanbal, Abu Hanifa, They follow a live marja that has a risala. This book, like all other Aima had risalas, he has a risala right now, today. Okay, so to me it has nothing to do with madhab, it has to do with the quality of leadership. And it wouldn't have anything to do with also earthly classifications. Hujjatul Islam, Ayatollah, because to me it's not a madhab type thing, it's a leadership thing. So definitely we're working toward some grand caliphate of North America soon, inshallah. And the one asking the question should drop their name in the bucket for choice. It was a good question. Are there any more questions or comments?
No.
Thank y'all very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was a good question.